So I just found a new way to kind of go over what's going on in chapter 13, like the hard part, the real meaty part of the calculations. And so I'm making this video on how to use a website to help out with some of the harder steps. But I have this weird setup, like my computer's over here, but I'm over here. So I'm going to turn off my camera because otherwise you're just going to see me like sideways the whole time, just kind of boring. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm hopefully I have like three monitors right now, so hopefully I can figure out which screen to share. But this should be pretty quick once you see how to use the website. Okay, so here we go. Share that. Turn this off. Okay, so what we have here is this is question 4. It's kind of smushed over here. This is question 4, and it talks about the amount of sodium for 3 different fast food restaurants. So we have restaurant A, B, and C listed here. And it says what we want to do is we want to fill out, it says to find F is what it says to find. So we're going to use, we're going to fill out this table. Now we've talked about certain steps of this. We've talked about degrees of freedom. We talked about how to find F when you know the mean square and all that stuff. However, like how do you find these harder calculations? And I can tell you, I will, if anyone's interested, I could send you my old video to see all the painstaking steps, but trust me, this process is going to go a lot faster, and it'll just, I think it'll give people less headaches. So here's the website that I posted the link for in the assignment. And here I have restaurant A, B, and C. And so I need 3 groups. They gave me 4, so I'll just delete the last one. It's really going to depend on the problem. Sometimes you're going to have 3 groups, 4, 5, but you could just add a group if you need more, or you could delete a group if you need less. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in everything in restaurant A. So that's 9:30, and I'm going to separate everything with a comma, 7:50, 7:65, and 8:70. So that's all of restaurant A. Group 2 is going to be restaurant B. So 8:75, 4:25, 5:25, 9:10, and 6:75. And finally, group 3 is restaurant C. So we have 1100, 8:35, 6:90, and 5:30. What I'm going to do is, if you look at the bottom, well, I'll make this bigger in a second, but you see this table down here, that's what we're going to fill out. So I'm going to hit calculate, and I think it's just instantaneous. Yeah, this is already from this information. So it gives us certain things, like here's F right here. If all we wanted to do was find F, we're done. Technically, on the homework, it'll say find F, but it wants you to fill out the whole table. I do want to go over more than just this. It also gives us the p-value. So we have both of those things. You still will need your calculator for certain assignments where you don't have a table. You only have F, and then you need to find the p-value. But anyways, what we want to do down here is go to the ANOVA summary, this table right here. And you can see, I'm going to make this big. Oh, well, that was fancy. What was that? I don't know, this isn't my usual computer. Okay, so what we have here is the degrees of freedom. No, where were we? Okay, this is it, ANOVA summary. We have the degrees of freedom, and we have the between, within, and total. The sum of the squares, the mean square, the F, and the p-value. So you're just going to match this up. Let's go back. I wonder, oh, can I do? Oh, it doesn't separate the way I want. Okay, let me separate this way. Okay, so I want to fill out this table right here. Notice it says between, within, and total right here. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to say right here a lot, aren't I? How do I scroll over? Okay, this is super helpful. As you can see, I haven't used this website a lot. Okay, I'm just going to remember things. So, degrees of freedom, 2, between, 10, within. So I'm going to go to this guy, degrees of freedom, to between 10 within. Next up, again, this is all under ANOVA summary. I have the sum of squares. Oh, I wonder if I could just copy. You might be able to copy and paste into your homework. It's between sum of squares within sum of squares, and usually we're just going to go to 1 or 2 decimals. I'm just going to make this go to 0.4 because it says 0.399. I'm going to make it go to 0.4. Always read the instructions, but typically when you have a lot of digits, we don't need them all. 0.899 is going to go to 0.9. And then here I have the mean squares. I only have mean squares between and within. So I'll go to 0.3 between. Mean squares within. And it's a little late, but I should have said, if you just pause it right here on the screen, then you can just write everything down at once and you don't have to watch me copy and paste. But if you've already made it this far, you've probably already watched me copy and paste. So there we have 0.7. And then finally F. We'll just put the whole thing here. And that is our table. So then once you have that, my F right there, 0.9693, then I can go to my calculator. And again, it already told us P. Oops, wrong screen. Go to my calculator, to my Fisher's F. I forgot already what were my degrees of freedom, 2 and 10. So we have 2 and 10. And then I change it to right-hand and put in my, let me paste it. Let me paste it. I keep looking at the camera like y'all can see me, but most of the time you just be looking at my ears, so I turned it off. Okay, enter. There's my P 0.521. Go to the calculator or my website, 0.521. Perfect. So you get the p-value either way. Remember, if you have only the F, like if you don't have the whole table of information, then if you only have F, you have to use numworks to get the p-value. But if you're making this whole table like we just did here, then you go to this website and you type everything from a certain group into group 1, group 2, group 3, and so forth. Because there's not a ton of calculations, this is just kind of a continuation, and I just threw a website on to help you. I only had one example ready. So if this, and I haven't even taught this to my in-person class yet, so I literally don't know how people are going to react to this. I'm trying to get this out before Thanksgiving, so that way you guys can work on it ahead of time if you want. So my point is, if this is confusing, please send me an email and I will make a more detailed video. But hopefully you get what I'm saying and you're able to apply this to the homework. I am going to New York City this week, the next week, Thanksgiving week, to go see my son. My oldest is performing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So I will be gone all of Thanksgiving week. Hopefully you're going to be gone all of Thanksgiving week too, doing whatever vacation stuff you're doing. But anyways, after Thanksgiving, if you're confused, shoot me an email. I'll make another video. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.